All right, everyone. Welcome to today's charting session. My apologies na medyo mas late tayo ng konti nag-upload today, no? But I wanted to get you quote-unquote live na feed, okay? To make sure na yung video na i-update natin today or i-upload natin today is the most up-to-date that I can get it between now and tomorrow, okay? Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we typically look at either yung mga nasa trending names list, meaning yung mga pangalan na baka gumalaw ng malaki, whether to the upside or to the downside, or malaki yung value traded, or generally speaking, minamatahan lang ng tao. Okay? Tumatanggap din po tayo ng mga chart requests. So, kung meron kayong mga requests, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Paalala ko lang ulit that I don't always grant yung mga requests when it comes to mga REITs. And the reason for that is I don't trade REITs. I don't chart REITs. I don't analyze them a lot. So, hindi rin ako ganun ka-sure kung yung analysis or yung information na i-relay ko sa inyo pertinent. Yes, a chart is a chart is a chart, pero ang bawat isang stock, ang bawat isang issue, meron niyang kanya-kanyang pulso eh. Meron niyang kanya-kanyang personality. And since hindi ako gaano nagte-trade ng REITs, 'di ba? I'm not the best person to ask with regards to analyzing them. Okay? That's just my point of view. I mean, if I get enough requests, I'll do it. But hanggat kaya, okay, tinatry ko na hindi sila gaano tignan. Alright? So we're starting off today with HTI. Now, itong HTI, we had a low here. Okay, nag-form tayo ng low at 1.22. We broke it. Panandalian, nag-hold tayo dyan, di ba? In fact, I think nag-close tayo around 1.21 yesterday. Or at the very least, same, no, 1.22. So we broke it. We held at 120. Nag-hold siya. Then price pushed higher. Now, obviously, ang immediate reaction ng karamihan ng tao would be bounce na, yay. Baka yan na yung reversal. But again, kailangan po natin tignan at the very least dito sa 30 minutes man lang yung overall structure niya. And the overall structure still is high, low, lower, low, and so on, no? So overall, yun pa rin yung sinusundan natin. Naka-downtrend pa rin siya at least in this particular time frame. Diba? Can we argue na nagkaroon na tayo ng shift structurally speaking? Yes. Diba? Nag-form tayo ng consolidation dito. We broke to the upside. Pero yung pinaka-resistance sa tinitingnan natin from the day before or from last week when we looked at this was meron tayong support dito na nag-form. Dito tayo nauntog as resistance na nag-hold din as support pangsamantala. So, ngayon na nag-pull back tayo, we're coming back. Etong area na to, tinitignan ko siya as an entire area of potential resistance. If we can break to the upside and start holding above it, then that opens up this range here. That's from 1.32 hanggang 1.4, no? Ginagamit ko lang yung 1.32 as a benchmark, but again, it's this entire range. Okay? It's an area. We can't always just insist na hindi, dapat isang number lang yan. It's almost always an area. Okay? So, if we can break above that and we can start holding above that, then yes. Then maybe, pwede natin sabihin na nag-form tayo ng low, nag-form tayo ng bagong high, baka mag-form ng higher low, then we push higher from there. But for now, hindi pa complete yung picture. Okay? Again, syempre, kung kunwari sabi ng system nyo, buy na kayo, then by all means, no, do so. Ang sa akin lang is, structurally speaking, I still want to see a bit more before I decide to jump in para lang mas merong confirmation. I'm willing to, quote-unquote, pay for the confirmation rather than just jumping in willy-nilly na tawag ito, wala akong senyales or wala akong nakikita do sa structure mismo. Okay? If from there, mabreak natin to the upside, break 1.4, 1.45, yung next resistance level natin, followed by 1.53 and so on. However, if from here we do roll over, mabasag na naman tong 1.2, then bagong low na naman yun. Bagong exploration na naman yung price. So, hindi natin alam what's gonna happen then. So, we'll just have to watch out for what happens next. Okay? Next, tignan po natin yung MM. So, MM, a lot of people request this chart sa mga DMs and such, no? From Facebook, from Investa. I'm not entirely sure why, but okay. So, what's happened is nag-form tayo ng low dito. That was at 1.7, no, from a few days ago. Today, we tapped yung 1.7, dip slightly beneath it, umabot tayo na 1.69, tapos may rejection tayo to the upside. So maybe that's a small thing to possibly get excited about na, rineject natin yung support. But again, overall, hindi pa natin na-fill yung gap from way back in the day, no? That gap. Okay, and then number 2, kung magkaroon man to ng reaction, I'm expecting na baka matrap lang muna tayo dito sa range na to. So that's between 1.7 to 1.97. That's not to say na hindi siya tradable range. It's just that it's not a trade that I'm particularly good at, no, personally. Hindi talaga ako mahilig sa mga ganong klase. I want to see some type of reversal form. Kunyari, magkaroon ng inverted head and shoulders or something, cup and handle, whatever. Some technical patterns, kahit na yung mga nakasanayan ko nang nakikita na mag-form bago ako mag-isip na, sige, pwede na ako pumasok. Kasi right now, essentially, downtrend pa rin eh. Yes, it could move from here. Yes, we could trade within the range, but that's never a sure thing. And I'd rather take trades na mas mataas yung probability skewed over yung sa personal edge ko rather than taking trades na just for the sake of taking trades na baka gumana. Okay? Now, if we can break above tong 1.97 to 2 pesos na area, then that opens up this range here hanggang 2.28. And if we break to the downside naman, yung 1.7, baka tuluyan nating i-fill yung gap or lower pa. So, we don't know what's gonna happen yet. We're still stuck within this range. For me, again, wait and see mode, konting patience lang. Kung long-term holder kayo ng tas nakabili kayo from way back in the day nung IPO, obviously you're still in profit, but malamang hindi kayo gano'ng happy kasi umabot tayo ng 6 pesos, 5 point something, 5.74. Hindi, tama, 6. Hindi, umabot pala tayo na 8.56 na high, no? So malamang di tayo gano'ng ka-happy, but it is what it is. At least you're still in profit. Kung bago pa lang kayo papasok, then I suggest waiting a bit more. Okay lang mabili ng mas mahal ng konti. Alright? Next, let's take a look at tech, no? Okay, so tech. So tech, I think I understand kung bakit nare-request tong tech, no? Kasi we did come back, almost tested yung support natin dito, then we bounce back na untog tayo around the same resistance level. Diba? So, our working range right now is from 3.47 hanggang 4.2. So, because of that, ang pwede nating isipin na possible scenarios is if mabasag natin tong 4.2, then yung next possible na target natin will be around 4.8, no? Knowing na may mga resistance na pwede mag-form along the way dito. Kung mapapansin nyo, binawasan ko ng konti yung levels ko from tech if you check my previous videos. And the reason for that is I just wanted to make it clearer to everyone what exactly is going on. We are trading in a range, check, at least in the short term. Pero overall, we are still in a downtrend. Kahit anong angulo natin tingnan, di ba? Even if you zoom out all the way, we are still in a downtrend. So we can't honestly expect na from here, bigla tayong lilipad na lang for no good reason. Di ba? Lahat naman ng fundamental drivers ng tech in play na eh. As far as I know, wala naman yung tipong kahapon lang or today lang nag-form or nag-develop. Wala naman. So, we need to be patient. Yes, its worth could be much higher than its current value, no? Kumbaga, yung fair value niya could be at 5 pesos, 10 pesos, wherever. But for now, yung chart mismo, naghihintay pa siya eh. Diba? Malamang nag-iipon pa yung mga tao or whatever. And if you're one of those people na gusto ring mag-ipon, then by all means. Diba? Pero if you expect a faster reaction, then it might be more prudent to wait na mabasag muna tayo to the upside so we can start seeking yung mga higher ranges natin. Okay? Now, if we break naman to the downside, we break below 3.47, then medyo dehado na tayo, no? New low na naman yun. Okay? And similar sa HTI, possible na mag-price exploration na naman at matagalan na naman tayo bago natin ma-determine na ito na ba yung low, nag-turn na ba, saan siya pupunta, and so on. Okay? Tech actually brings up an interesting topic, no? Lagi kasi meron tayong inner struggle as traders na gusto nating makabili ng mura at the same time gusto natin mabilis yung galaw. Unfortunately, this doesn't always happen, no? In fact, it's quite rare. Usually, kung ipon, kung mabilis yung galaw, pero hindi sila usually na, nakabili ako today, bukas biglang lilipad na yan. That's not a common occurrence. No? Yes, minsan nakakachamba tayo, but by and large, that's not a common occurrence. So we need to temper our expectations and not force trades na hindi naman angkop sa personality natin. Pag hinahanap natin is yung mga mag-iipon tayo ng mura and hope na in time tumulak siya pataas, iba syempre yung approach natin sa pag-trade as compared sa mga tao na naghahanap sila ng quicker moves like myself. Diba? So, maybe may sinasabi ako sa chart na hindi nyo gusto, but it's only because I'm talking about it from my point of view. It doesn't necessarily mean na hindi siya maganda or hindi siya angkop sa sarili nyong mga point of view. Okay? So I always mean no offense, wala akong tinitirang stock or anything. It's just that I can't really analyze a chart based on anyone else's point of view other than mine. Okay? Next, tignan po natin yung CNPF. So CNPF, sabi natin ito yung highlight stock natin for the week. No? So I was hoping na mas gagalaw to, but so far, wala. Where we started the week, nandun pa rin tayo ngayon, essentially within this range here. So again, does it look bullish? Yes, it's moving to the upside. It's looking like it might break itong 29.6 sooner rather than later, but wala pang movement. It's always possible na ma-fill muna natin yung gap dito before we move. It's always possible na ma-break to the downside. We just don't know, di ba? So, what we're looking for here, ang invalidation sa akin is number one, kung ma-break natin tong trend line, ma-break natin tong low na to. So that's at 25.9. Then for me, medyo dehado na. Not because todo na siyang pumangit. It's just that from what was essentially high, biglang nag-form ka ng isang low eh. So baka magwa-widen lang yung range along the way, tas gugulo yung trade. Diba? As I said, the easiest way to approach this would still be, kung talagang patient kayo, wait for a break to the upside, see if you can get a retest, then move. Then kung may bullish structure here, meaning may confirmation na mag-hold siya, then dun kayo pwede mag-isip na, okay, sige, pwede na ako pumasok dito in hopes na we push higher, targeting 32.75 next. Okay? However, wala pa tayong indication na ganon, but as promised, we'll continue observing this throughout the course of the week, and if we do get a break to the upside or to the downside, I'll be sure na mapag-uusapan natin to before the week ends. But for now, it's looking like wala muna, steady lang, 'di ba? And weeks like these happen, no? Talagang minsan, meron ako tinitingnan, meron akong stock na interesado ako. It's just that wala eh. Hindi nagbigay eh. Kung hindi nagbigay, hindi ko ipipilit. 'Di ba? As I said, yung market yung boss, and I just follow whatever the market says. And right now, the market isn't saying anything. And then finally, let's take a look again at Metrobank, no? May nag-comment kasi na na-late daw ako ng post. So, delayed yung post, nag-breakout na. Now, I cleaned up my chart a little bit as well, and for the purpose of para lang malinis yung usapan natin. First and foremost, my analysis from the previous day ng MBT, kahit na pre-recorded yon, does not change. Yes, we broke out, but I still said na if we can hold above tong 59.4, the next natural target would be around 62.5, but we have to be cognizant na meron tayong potential resistances along the way sa mga 61 point something na level. Okay? Tapos same pa rin, ang bearish scenario niya is if we fall and close beneath 56.7, test it from underneath, holds, then rolls over. Then, ang mangyayari doon, mag-form tayo likely na parang head and shoulders pattern. And then, baka makakita tayo ng further downside na kapag ma-break tong 52.2, 47 yung next possible target, knowing full well na may possible support along the way with this low here, this small low. But, yun pa rin, walang nagbago, no? It's a common misconception na one candle can change a lot of things when you're doing your analysis. There's a reason kung bakit once a week lang ako personally gumagawa ng watchlist. Kasi by and large, hindi ganong kabilis magbabago ang situation just because of one or two candles. Yes, there will always be exceptions, no? Yes, there will always be cases na biglang may fundamental driver na papasok tas wala ang kalaban-laban, either lilipad na lang or babaksak na lang. Diba? Of course, that will always happen and di natin may iwasan yon. But by and large, when you do scenario analysis like yung ginagawa natin, that tends to last for a little while. It tends to last for a few days, a week, ganon. So, I just wanted to redo this ng quote-unquote live para lang pakita sa inyo na kahit na nag-pre-record tayo, the analysis remains the same. If we can hold above here, next target is around 62.5. Kahit na mag-pull back tayo to around this area, okay pa. Basta wag lang natin basagin yung 55.7, which for me, invalidation na. Kasi kapag ganon, we broke the swing low, baka mag-form na tayo ng lower high, lower low, and so on, no? Hindi natin alam. Again, that remains to be seen if and when mag-develop yung structure. Not one candle, structure. Okay? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit papaano and may natutunan kayo. I try to talk more about, yung thought process ko. Then I added stuff about looking for trades and scenario planning. I hope it helps you, no? Kahit papaano. And as always, guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!